Hey all you nerds, Gabe aka Froopy Art here, and welcome back to our Gravity Falls and cryptid-inspired Pokemon region. In the previous episode, you chased some Cypher Squad grunts into the swamp, but lost them. You met the incompetent law enforcement of Twin Falls, but now a mysterious person is walking out of the swamp haze towards you.
The intrepid twin who ran out into danger in hopes of rescuing a missing person. Very admirable. Very dangerous, but very admirable. There are quite a few bizarre things going on in this region, and I intend to figure them out. I'm an officer with the International Police. You can call me Looker. So what's the situation?
This Looker person seems pretty trustworthy, and certainly more competent than the officers Blurland and Dubs. So, you fill him in on your efforts.
Don't worry, I lost them too. I was on the heels of a hooded pair for a good while, but then they pulled out a device, and I swear they summoned a strange Pokémon out of thin air. I dodged its attacks, but they fled, and that Pokémon is still loose in this swamp with us. I think it best that you and I stick together until we get out of this.
You agree and begin searching the area together. To stay on guard, Looker releases 3 Pokemon to stand at your sides and stay on alert. Okay, we're gonna start out with something kind of silly for Looker to have as a lookout, but it's a Pokemon that I have wanted us to have for forever, and that is a Naked Mole Rat. Ah, the humble Naked Mole Rat, one of nature's most unfortunate little creatures. And though it may seem like an odd starting point, this will be the first stage of a line based on the Remidriju. This is a legend from northern Spain, which is essentially like a weird weasel thing. So we'll be starting out our burrowing weasel as a burrowing naked mole rat. And I hate to say that this thing is just a cartoon version of an actual animal, but I mean the real naked mole rat is already so bizarre that it is kind of a Pokemon already. Okay. Some blind eyes, big teeth, and a little worm of a tail, and we get this little cutie. Let's say hello to Teefus, the blind Pokemon. These minuscule little moles rarely come to the surface, instead chewing tunnels with their specialized teeth. Though they appear to eat soil, their mouths actually stay closed behind their exterior teeth. Completely blind, they feel for vibrations with their little feet. Their numerous tunnels aerate soil and help vegetation grow across the Hoax region. The ability is Sand Spit, that creates a sandstorm when it is hit by an attack, with the hidden ability being Regenerator. Yeah, I mean, you feel like Teefus isn't exactly the best lookout to have, so you suspect that it is just Looker's little buddy as it sits on his shoulder. And then there is something else cute floating above his head, surveying the area. Alrighty, we will have 2 pseudo-legendary lines for this region, one which is native to the Hoax region, and one that is a recent Ultra Beast arrival. This is the start of the Ultra Beast line. And it also gets to represent our 4D dice among all of our D&D dice designs. Now, it won't really reach its full potential until the final stage, but we are loosely basing this off of the Abao Aku. It's a fantastical creature from George Louis Borges' Book of Imaginary Beings. It's got some really fun lore that we'll dive into and flesh out as the line gets further on, but just know that it starts out translucent and formless and slowly gains physicality. So, perhaps hailing from the same plane as Necrozma, this little prism is really just an angular head and a little starburst of a body. Okay, let's meet our first pseudo-legendary. This is Trismoid, the prism Pokemon. While its angular head appears to be made of glass or crystal, Trismoid's entire body is comprised of concentrated light, taking physical form. researchers are certain that this Pokemon is an Ultra Beast that is relatively new to the Hoenn region. Playful and helpful, this cheery Prism puts on light shows to lift the mood of anyone feeling low. Its ability is Prism Armor, which is usually Necrozma's ability, that reduces damage taken from super effective attacks by 25%, so that's pretty good. And the hidden ability, again, it's a Prism, is Clear Body. Trismoid is definitely a great lookout, spinning its head around to keep an eye on everything about. Looker's last Pokemon certainly appears tough, the evolution to the grass-type Kittycact, but it also doesn't seem like the best lookout to you. Oh yeah, we're jumping back to the Cactus Cat, and the evolution you get when you let it hold a hard stone item. So, with it originating from the American Southwest, we're pulling in some gun-slinging cowboy elements, complete with spurs, poncho, and even a tiny little cowboy hat flower thing on its head. The other reason this works, and where we are getting this wonderful expression and the personality, is, and I don't know if you remember, but the Cactus Cat scratches cactuses and then comes back later to drink the fermented juice, so we've got kind of a inebriated little cowboy here. I really do love this. It's just the right level of silly for me while still matching the inspiration. Okay, let's meet Kittycact's evolution. This is Borbkact, the Blep Pokemon. Rocky spikes now cover this feline's body, which it is able to throw at opponents when provoked. Borbkact loves to drink nectar, but is often so full that it has trouble focusing on the task at hand. While friendly, they can be tough to train as they are easily distracted and often get lost. The ability is Quick Draw, so that allows this Pokemon to move first occasionally, with its other abilities being Sap Sipper and Chlorophyll. Oh yeah, yep, this thing is definitely not really watching your surroundings very well, but it is ready to defend you if needed. Looker notices you examining his Pokemon.
Pretty amazing, right? When I ran into these Pokemon here in the Hoenn region, I just had to catch them. I've traveled all over the world, but I haven't seen anything like the anomalies present here. Exceedingly strange Pokemon. People fusing with their Pokemon. Other people going missing, and now, what I can only describe as an Ultra Beast being summoned by a couple thugs.
Curious, you asked Looker to describe what he saw, and you covertly leaf through your journal to see if you can find any clues. A passage sounds similar to the Ultra Beast in question, and a note suggests that it is attracted to bright lights. Without revealing your source, you suggest this information as a way to draw the beast out.
I don't know if you're correct, but if there's a chance that we can stop this new Ultra Beast from making it to a populated area, I think we should give it a try.
You pull out your Kukurasai while Looker gets Trismoid's attention. The two Pokemon use the move Flash, emitting bright lights and illuminating the swamp haze all around you. And right on cue, you hear a galloping sound in the distance, and it isn't long before something bursts out and attacks you. Oh yeah, it's time for another Ultra Beast boss. And this will be our odd take on the Headless Horseman. Not really a cryptid, but again, I'm letting our Ultra Beasts in particular diverge into urban legends and spooky stories and stuff like that. The hardest thing with this design was landing on something that suggested the Headless Horseman without looking too much like a horse or a person. So, by focusing just as much on the historical garb, now I know that the Headless Horseman has roots in European folklore, but we're going to specifically be referencing the American legend of Sleepy Hollow, the pumpkin, and the look of this coat. And I think it works. And even as a ghost type, I did want this Ultra Beast to come off as slightly less mean than the others. Alright, let's go ahead and meet Narietale, the ghost story Pokemon. UB Headless has a gourd-like mass floating above it, but this doesn't appear to be its actual head. Narietale will send the gourd flying around an area, spewing out thick fog. This Ultra Beast prefers to stay hidden, letting its prey's minds play tricks on them. While not overly malicious, it loves to playfully scare others, but being new to our dimension, it sometimes goes too far. Its ability is Magic Bounce, which, reflects status-changing moves, and the hidden ability for, again, all of these Ultra Beasts is Beast Boost. This Ultra Beast is a bit more powerful than the ones that you've faced so far. Looker calls for your help, and the two of you battle to take it down. There is no doubt that alone you would have been no match for this beast, but together you are eventually able to knock it out.
Oh my, nice work! I didn't expect you to be able to hold your own in a battle like that. I'm afraid we aren't any closer to rescuing this missing Lazy Susie person, but at least the region is a little bit safer without the beast stalking the swamp. With the trail having gone cold, I'll be heading east. Which way are you headed?
You're excited about the prospect of continuing to travel together when your phone rings. You accept the video call and your sister greets you.
Hey, we've got a lead. Looks like stupid, dumb Atlantica found one of the device components. She won't stop bragging about it online.
Hashtag Professor Pine's lost garbage. Hashtag Finders Keepers. Hashtag Losers are losers.
I'm headed over to their mansion. Meet me there. I'll mark it on your map. Oh, and after what happened with Glee, Grunkle Will is giving us both some special stone things. I have yours with me.
Maple holds up a necklace, similar to the one you saw Glee use to merge with their Pokémon. Checking your map, it looks like Atlantica's mansion isn't too far from your current position. Looker wishes you well, and you trek through the last bit of swamp to your destination. But we'll pick up from there in the next episode. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you are enjoying the series. There is a new puzzle added to the Discord server, so check out the video description for details on how to join the journal deciphering fun. Alright, I will catch you in the next one. Later, nerds.